Welcome back to Musicians Edition. Today we're going to expand on the coordination exercise we did in the last video. So if you remember back then, we kept our hands in a static pattern, right? So our right hand was playing eighth notes on the hi-hat, left hand playing 2 and 4 on the snare drum, and then we cycled through playing beat 1 on the bass drum, beat 2 on the bass drum, beat 3 on the bass drum, beat 4 on the bass drum. Okay? Today what we're going to do is play some slight variations on the bass drum and some slight variations on the hi-hat, right? First off, we can take the quarter notes that we were playing on the bass drum and just double it. So now instead of 1 quarter note on beat 1, we have 2 eighth notes on beat 1, okay? So what that would look like would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and, right? And then we would cycle that through the whole exercise, right? So we would do that on beat 2, and then we would do that on beat 3, and then we would do that on beat 4, okay? So beat 2 would look like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Right? Beat 3 would look like this: 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Right? And then beat 4 would look like this: 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's the first kind of wrinkle we can put on this exercise. All right, so let's try that real quick and see how that works for us. Okay, so we'll do 4 bars of each option, right? 4 on beat 1, 4 on beat 2, 4 on beat 3, 4 on beat 4. Okay, of 2 eighth notes on the bass drum. 1, 2, ready, and 1 and 2. Okay, so once you feel good about that, then we can put one more wrinkle on it, which is to play the hi-hat variations from the other groove videos that we've done with this exercise, right? So those 2 hi-hat variations are going to be hi-hat on the quarter note and then hi-hat on the offbeat eighth note, okay? So we'll take the bass drum and go back to the original quarter note, right? And put that with quarter note on the hi-hat, which will look like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then we would take that to beat 2, 3, and 4, just like we did before, okay? So let's try that one. So hi-hat quarter notes, bass drum quarter notes, cycling through each beat. 4 bars each. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. And then the next step would be to take that same pattern and then put the eighth note version on your bass drum, right? So then that looks like this: 1, 2, 3. Right, and then you would cycle that through beats 2, 3, and 4, just like we did. Okay. All right. Then the last variation of this is to put your hi-hat on the off beats, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And, okay. So then we put the bass drum on beat 1, just like we did before. So it'll look like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And then we move to beat 2, which will look like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4. Right, and then to beat 3: 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and then beat 4: 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and you can do that in the same format that we did before, where you do 4 measures of each beat on the bass drum, right? And now the very last step to take with this is to put the bass drum now back into the 8th note idea that we were doing earlier, right? So now hi-hat is on the offbeat 8th notes, bass drum is playing 2 8th notes on each beat, okay? So beat 1 is going to look like this: 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and beat 2 will look like this: 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and beat 3: 1 and 3. Beat 4 would look like this: 1 and 3 and. Okay, so you can practice that in that same 4-bar, a 4-measure phrase like we did with all the other variations. You can also practice these with 2 measures at a time, or 1 measure at a time, or 8 measures at a time. It doesn't really matter. Just the point is that we're getting comfortable going from one pattern to the next pattern. Okay, so this time through, with this one, we're going to play 2 measures of each, and then cycle through each beat with our bass drum, right? So hi-hat on the off beats, snare on 2 and 4, bass drum on 2 8th notes on each beat, okay? Here we go, last time through. 1, 2, ready, and 1. 1, beat 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 3, beat 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so good luck with that. There's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of opportunities for frustration, but over time, again, your coordination will continue to improve, and then you'll feel much more comfortable behind this instrument. Okay, all right, happy practicing, and I'll see you next time.